What's going on, guys? And today we'll be talking about Portland Trailblazers are interested in Miles Bridges and our man John Collins. So let's talk about it. First, we'll talk about Miles Bridges, who's expected to receive, contract, I guess they're called offer sheets of 130 over 4 years in free agency. The max he can get is from Charlotte, which would be I believe it's a 5-year, $173 million contract, which is ridiculous in its own right. While John Collins, as we all know, he signed a 5-year, $125 million deal, which is basically $25 million on average. And the Portland Trailblazers this upcoming offseason are at $94 million. They have Eric Bledsoe's contract, which is only guaranteed for 3.9, and Josh Hart is no money guaranteed. Okay. And they also have a trade exception of about $20 million. So when you look at this, the Portland Trailblazers are in a position that if they want to trade for John Collins, they have the money to do it, that they can put Eric Bledsoe and arguably the trade exception together, send that over to the Hawks with maybe the 7th overall pick in this year's draft, get themselves John Collins, and basically give up nothing for it. And it really just cost them the first pick, and the Hawks can just waive Eric Bledsoe, only have to pay him $3.9 million, and they just opened up like $21 million in cap space. Okay, wow. If you do you could do a sign and trade for our guy Miles Bridges, but that would probably be around either Josh Hart or Eric Bledsoe. I could imagine them being like, hey, maybe they do want Josh Hart because Josh Hart's on a multi-year deal, and you send over the 7th pick and Josh Hart, and maybe as well the trade exception, and you get yourself Miles Bridges. But either way, this is all coming from our man Kevin O'Connor, because the Portland Trailblazers are exploring trades for veterans that could help propel them back into the playoffs as contenders and extending their window with Damian Lillard. Now, in a previous video, I talked about how Bradley Beal and Zach LaVine are potential trade targets for the Blazers as higher on the spectrum. Bradley Beal isn't going. That's unlikely. Same thing with Zach LaVine. But Miles Bridges is allegedly another player they could target. I have talked about how Jerami Grant is also another guy, but Jerami Grant has a lot of suitors. Now, Bridges would give the Blazers versatility on the wing plus a secondary scorer. Now, John Collins is another target via trade who the Hawks have shopped previously. If you look at the Atlanta Hawks, I think John Collins would very much help them, because I really do think the best deal that the Hawks would want to do is either Eric Bledsoe, Josh Hart packaged together for John Collins, maybe have them throw in Danilo Gallinari in there too. Maybe Eric Bledsoe, Josh Hart, 7th pick for John Collins, Danilo Gallinari. That way, Danilo Gallinari gets waived. The Portland Trailblazers only have to pay him $5 million. They save $16 million. They get off Josh Hart's contract. Then the Hawks can just waive Eric Bledsoe, only pay him 3.9. They can decide if they want to keep Josh Hart, who's a great 3-and-D rebounding wing. And that works out really well, I think, for both teams. If they didn't want to do that, they can still do a deal for where they do Eric Bledsoe, or they don't even have to trade Eric Bledsoe. They can just waive Eric Bledsoe, trade for John Collins by doing the trade exception and Justice Winslow, and the first round pick. Maybe see if they want to take Keon Johnson. I think those are all deals that definitely the Hawks have to consider, right? Like, they're not bad deals whatsoever. But when I look at this, I think the Hornets, maybe they would want Keon Johnson and Nazir Little, okay? You throw in Bledsoe so they can open up cap space, or offer Josh Hart and the first round pick. I think the first round pick is going to be involved with whoever they trade for. That pick, if they're trading for someone, it has to be utilized. I don't think there's any way around it. Tell me if you guys agree with me on that one. I don't see any way around them not using that pick in a deal. Like, it's going to have to be required. Now, yeah. So I want to hear your thoughts. If you're the Hawks, would you do that or no? Because I definitely think it's a very interesting situation for them. And look, I think that's basically my thoughts right there. Go down in the description. We have an NBA show we do every day. It's about to be, so check it out. I do love y'all. I'm gonna peace out. I got nothing better to do. Yeah, no, I'm done. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.